Welcome to Pathfinder Fish and Game Club. I'm Mike Cummins, the president. I'd like to go over the membership and our facilities for this presentation. The club has over 1,000 members. Members volunteer to keep the club and shooting activities operating. Club hours are posted on the club's website, pathfinderfishandgame.com, depending on availability of volunteers, and will change periodically. Please carry your membership card with you when you're at the club and show it when possible, when asked. There is a cost to replace lost or damaged cards. Events are listed on the website and are also reviewed at the general membership meetings, which are held on the second Wednesday of every month at 7 p.m. Memberships run the calendar year, expiring on December 31st. The club is for members and guests. Guests must sign the record book only if they are drinking alcoholic beverages. Here's the book. You are limited to 4 guests when shooting at the archery, rifle, and pistol ranges. There are no limits for the clubhouse or the shotgun clay ranges. You are responsible that the guests observe our safety rules and for their safety. Persons under the age of 18 must be accompanied by an adult. Persons under the age of 12 are not allowed on the firearms ranges. Facilities. We have rifle and pistol range, skeet, trap, 5-stand, and sporting clays. Indoor and outdoor archery ranges, and special events such as cowboy action, USPSA, and action pistol. Outdoor range hours are 8 a.m. until legal sundown. Archery is legal sunup to legal sundown. On Sundays, the firearm ranges do not open until 9 a.m. for consideration of our neighbors. Purchasing the annual rifle pistol range option, your membership card opens the gates and logs you in. Guests are logged in on paper envelopes provided at the front of the clubhouse and are dropped into the mail slot. Members can purchase targets on a countdown card for skeet, trap, and sporting clays. That will also include 5-stand. Archery logs in on paper, except when accessing the indoor archery range via the archery room door for those who purchase the unlimited archery range option. We have an alcohol beverage license and a bar serving beer, wine, soda, and water and snacks. Alcohol from the bar is permitted only in the clubhouse. Alcoholic beverages are not permitted on any of the firearms or archery ranges. Guns are allowed on the Pathfinder Fish and Game property with the exclusion of the areas where alcohol from the bar is served. The kitchen is open for special events and leagues. Thank you very much.
Okay, welcome to Pathfinder Fish and Game's indoor archery range. I'm going to go over the safety aspects of shooting at the indoor, the outdoor, and the 3D course. Since I'm going to be taking some shots, I'm going to sign in on the log here. Takes a while. Because we always log in if we're going to shoot, either on paper or you log in electronically if you access the range from the exterior door over there. Typically, archers shoot from the 20-yard line. It's important everybody shoot from the same line. You straddle the line. You can also stand on the line. You can stand immediately behind the line, but you can't stand totally in front of it. The safety aspect is we want everybody's body to be lined up on the same line so that nobody is standing in front of another shooter. What I have noticed in the past, we had 2 shooters in here once. Somebody was shooting at lane 1 at 20 yards. and somebody else wanted to shoot in lane 16, the other side of the room, at 10 yards. They thought they were on different sides of the room and that would be okay. That is not okay. Everybody must shoot from the same line. Even though the person at 10 yards is the other side of the room, everybody shoots at the same line from wall to wall because the person at 10 yards would be somewhat downrange. Another safety issue I have seen, you go to knock an arrow and you drop it. Your tendency is to advance forward and pick it up. Do not do that. You could step in front of somebody else who's shooting. We don't want that to happen. You leave it there until clear is sounded. Clear means all shooting is stopped. You can go down to your targets, score the targets, retrieve your arrows, and then you come back. The other thing that's safety-wise is before you shoot, especially after everybody has come back, look thoroughly downrange. Make sure nobody is there. I have seen people come back, they just look ahead of them, they don't see somebody over in the other lane, they start to knock an arrow, and everybody on the line yells, let down, stop. So thoroughly look downrange, make sure everybody is back. I don't knock an arrow until I see everybody comes back and crosses the shooting line. So I did log in. I am going to take a shot. I'm going to take the cover off the sight first so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. When people are done shooting, they step back from the line. They hang their bows up. When everybody's done, somebody may say clear. Means you put your bows down, you're not shooting, you can go downrange, you can pick up any arrows you dropped, you can score your targets and retrieve the arrow. Now, when you're shooting, the overhead doors down here have to be closed. They're almost always closed, but we had a situation once when the doors were open. I was standing here holding a bow. I wasn't planning on shooting, but somebody walked in and they saw me standing near the shooting line with a bow, and immediately they stopped. They assumed I was shooting. So if the doors are open, you cannot shoot. I wouldn't even pick a bow up and stand near the shooting line. People could be concerned about that. We do have different distances marked high on the walls, and we go back all the way to about 34 yards. If you want to shoot further back than 20 yards, there's a personnel door over there. That door opens out. It's an exit door. It's locked from the outside. But if somebody doesn't fully latch the door, somebody could walk in from the outside and walk into your shooting lane. So what you do, if you're going back beyond 25 yards, you walk over here and you just verify that it's latched by pulling it shut. And that way nobody is going to walk into your shooting lane. We only shoot target points at Pathfinder. Target points only. No broadheads. If you want to shoot broadheads, you bring your own target, you go outside, you place your target to the side of our bag targets on the outdoor range. That's 20 to 60 yards worth of targets. And you shoot your broadheads at your own target, not at our targets. Broadheads chew the targets up. We don't want our targets chewed up. Question has come up about using crossbows. Crossbows can be used on some of our targets. I brought a crossbow. It's not a very good crossbow, it's an old one, but it wasn't a James Bond movie. This model wasn't a James Bond movie. And we did have a safety concern about the use of crossbows. I'll demonstrate. Once it's cocked, before you load the arrow in the crossbow, you must be pointing downrange at a target. The safety concern was that somebody loaded their crossbow and they were waving the loaded crossbow around. And that would be dangerous. If it goes off, you might hit some people, or there could be debris that could hit someone. So once you cock the crossbow, if you're going to load it, or when you load it, you got to be pointing downrange at the target, and then you shoot, like so. When you're done, step back, put your bow down. Once again, clear means all shooting is stopped, bows are down. Concerns outdoors. We have a 3D course, and it's seasonal from early May until late September. Some of the targets are a distance away. They could be 50 yards away. If you overshoot that target and you're 10, 15 yards behind it, total of 60, 65 yards away from the shooting stake, you can disappear behind a target. Or you could disappear in the vegetation that is close to the shooting lane. So safety-wise outdoors, make sure you're visible. If you're a distance away from the shooting stake, you got to leave your equipment at the shooting stake. So if somebody else shows up, they see a bow there, they look around, they'll locate where the person is. They won't start shooting in that particular lane. I think we are. Okay, the question has come up. What targets can you shoot crossbows at? Do not shoot crossbow arrows at the 3D targets. You see we have 3D targets set up here in the indoor range for the Indoor 3D Archery League in the summer. But you can shoot crossbows at, for instance, this bag target here that is marked crossbow-carbon arrows. You can shoot crossbow arrows at that. You can shoot crossbow arrows at our large indoor target butts, the 48-inch by 48-inch. That's acceptable. Do not shoot crossbow arrows at 3D targets, and do not shoot them at the outdoor range bag targets. All right. Okay, I'm at the trap location here. That's a trap house. It throws a bird that is going to be going away from you and rising. It's in somewhere within a 44-degree angle. So for trap, you are allowed to load one once you are on the shooting station. I'm on the trap shooting station now. I can load one round, keep the action open, wait until it's my turn to shoot. When it is, I close the gun, call for the bird, pull, shoot the bird. When I'm done, I unload. While I'm waiting to shoot, while other people are shooting, I can put one live round into the gun as long as the action's open. Then when it's my turn to shoot, I close the gun, call for the bird, pull, and shoot. When I'm done, I unload, put a round in, and wait until it's my turn to shoot. After everybody has shot 5 times, then we rotate one station to the right. But before I move, it's a cold range, I have to unload the gun, go to the next station, then I can put a live round in with the action open and wait until it's my turn to shoot. When it is, close the action, call for the bird, pull, shoot, unload, put another live round in and wait until it's my turn to shoot. That's the basics of trap. It's a cold range. Once I leave the shooting station, the gun has to be empty. We are on the Pathfinder skeet and trap field. You will notice that I am wearing hearing protection and eye protection. Eye and hearing protection are required at all Pathfinder firearms, ranges, and fields. I'll repeat that. Eye and ear protection are required. There are no exceptions. The type of eye and ear protection you wear is up to you. Your eyes and your ears are worth it. If you don't wear the ear muffs, you can wear earplugs. Typically, we wear earplugs when we are cowboy shooting because the ear muffs don't work well with a Stetson. The other thing you'll notice is the fields and the ranges are cold ranges. That means the gun is empty in chamber and in magazine. This doesn't have a magazine, but if it did, it would be empty in the magazine. We also want the actions to be open. That's the safety aspects. Now, I'm not going to teach you how to shoot skeet or to shoot trap, but I'm going to give you 30 seconds so that you understand what we're doing here. That is a skeet high house. That is a skeet low house. There's a trap in each of those houses. When the windows are open, the trap throws a bird in the same pattern. In order to get some variety, skeet shooters move in a semicircle at different stations, with the final station being in the middle. So here's the process. Everybody is standing behind the stations. One person shoots at a time. For skeet, you are allowed to load 2 shells into your shotgun. 2 shells into the shotgun. Come a little closer to see it. You load once you are on the skeet station. I'm on the station now. I can load 2 rounds. When it's my turn, since it's my turn to shoot, I close the action. I call for the bird, pull, bang, pull, bang. When I'm done, I unload and I step off the station. The next person steps on. So that's the basics. You step onto the station, you load, you can load up to 2. You shoot, bang, bang. You unload and you step off the station. Let's go do trap. We are at Pathfinder's 5-stand field. I'm not going to teach you how to shoot 5-stand, but I'm going to give you a 30-second overview of the facility so you know what's going on. First, we have a tower. You need an operator in the tower to operate the different traps. There's also a trap in the tower which throws a bird going away from you. There are 5 cages, so you can have up to 5 shooters. The shooting area is inside the cage. You maintain a cold range, which is action open, gun unloaded, in chamber and magazine. The other traps we have throw birds from left to right. There's also a rabbit from left to right, and birds that go straight up in the air, and a target that comes directly at you. To know what target you're going to be getting, there is a program in each of the cages showing the 3 different games. Usually people shoot game 2. That shows you what you're getting. So if I'm going to shoot, I will enter the shooting area so I can load and shoot. Be careful of this support here at the bottom when you go in. People have tripped on it before. especially when grass grows over it, or in the winter, snow and ice can obscure it. So be aware of that support as you step in. Once you're in, you're allowed to load 2 rounds. You are allowed to shoot 2 rounds at a single target. It's called full use of the gun. So when it's your turn, you close the action, you yell loud enough so the operator in the tower can hear you. You get your targets, you shoot at them. When you're done, you unload, and then you can put 2 more rounds, up to 2 more rounds, into your gun as long as the action is open. Other people shoot. When it comes to be your turn, then you close the action, call for the bird, and you shoot your targets. This happens 5 times. Then you rotate 1 station to the right. But before I rotate, I have to make sure I have an empty gun in chamber and magazine. I step out, and then I move to the next cage, next shooting station. Once I'm in, I'm allowed to load 2 rounds, keep the action open until it's your turn to shoot. At Pathfinder, we have a patterning board for shotguns. What you can shoot at this board is bird shot, turkey shot, buckshot. No slugs, no single projectiles. Slugs are shot at the rifle range, and you do not shoot shot at the rifle range. Shot is shot at this patterning board. Bring some paint, paint it, white would be good. Mark the middle, get back appropriate distance, probably 16 yards, and shoot at the board. And then you can take a picture of it and see what your pattern looks like, and you can see where your point of impact is. So once again, bird shot, turkey shot, buckshot, no slugs. Slugs are at the rifle range.
Okay, here we are at the rifle pistol range entrance gate. You need your membership card to card in. Make sure that you're carding in. If the gate is failed to open or fails to open, contact the club, leave a message, or contact the club and talk to one of the officers. Although the keypad has buttons on it, there's no requirement to touch the buttons. All you need to do is scan your card, and the gate will automatically open. When you drive in, make sure that you drive in far enough to clear the gate, but not far enough to let multiple vehicles in. Everybody that has the card in has to have an active membership card. If you card in and they follow behind you and don't have a card, when you leave, the gate will close behind you and they will be stuck inside. And then they can't get out without making a phone call. So remember, pull in just far enough to clear the gate so that the gate will reclose and allow each person to card in each time. Welcome to Pathfinder Fish and Game Rifle Range. The range offers a 200-yard field. We have target boards set up at 25 yards, 50 yards, 100 yards, and 200 yards. Range hours are from 8 a.m. to legal sundown, not until it's dark. On Sunday, the range's hours are 9 a.m. to legal sundown in consideration of our neighbors. Envelopes for guests are in the mailbox. Filling one out and enclosing the appropriate fees. Place the completed envelope in the club mailbox located at the clubhouse. We maintain a cold range all the time. It's action open, no rounds in the chamber, magazine removed. The only time you'll be loading your firearm is when you're ready to shoot and you are on station. At the rifle range, all shooting is from the shooting bench. You may sit in a chair or stand. There is no prone and no kneeling to ensure your bullets impact the berm and not go over. The range is for rifles and shotguns. Slugs, not buckshot. Turkey loads or birdshot are not allowed. We also allow handguns in rifle caliber or large handguns for ranging out to 100 yards. Only paper targets are allowed at the course. No steel, no glass, no exploding targets, no cans. We need you to align yourself with the targets boards. No cross shooting. So if you're at 25-yard target, you want to align with the 25 target board and so on. We're limiting to 5 rounds rapid fire. This way you can control your firearm and again ensures no firing over the hill. There's no handling of firearms or adjusting sights when someone is downrange. Doesn't matter, as long as someone is downrange, do not touch the firearm. As you approach the 100 and 200 yard range, there's a potential for a lead shower. While downrange, you need to wear safety glasses and hearing protection at all times. A hat is recommended, as for some people, if they don't have hair, you'll feel the shot on top of your head. It's not dangerous, but you'll have the tendency to look up and it could go in your eyes. If you see any unsafe actions on the range, be polite, talk to the individual that is doing the unsafe act and ask them politely to stop. If you're not eligible to do that or the person persists, get their license plate number and notify the club officers, and the club will take appropriate action. Paper targets only should be applied to the plywood boards or OSB. Do not put them on the horizontal supports or the vertical supports. These are what is used to keep the boards in place. Again, paper targets only. A few safety rules here. We just recently placed a new roof on the rifle range, and we had a negligent discharge about a week to 10 days after the new roof was in place. We need to make sure that you're in control of your firearm at all times so we know where the projectiles go and not over the berm. Our firing line is the front of the bench. No one is to shoot from forward of the bench when the range is hot. If you're going downrange, the word to clear is clear, and then you can head downrange and hang your targets. No cross shooting. If you're at the 25-yard marker, you're shooting at 25 yards. If you're shooting for 200, you're at the far end aligned with 200 yards. Eyes and ear protection are required at all times when shooting. Also be mindful of other shooters while they're at the other end of the range while they're shooting. If you're shooting a large caliber and they're shooting a 22, they may only have earplugs and may need double hearing protection. Okay, that's it. So the range being a bit wet, especially early in the season, we preclude people from driving down to the 100 and 200 yard range with a motor vehicle. There's a potential you could get stuck, and then there's no way to get you out. So walking only to the 100 and 200 yard range, although it's a far distance, no motor vehicles are allowed. We have posted safety rules on the rifle range so that you can refresh yourself if you forget something. Behind this board, we have the mailbox with the appropriate envelopes for our guests. Just walk behind and you'll see the mailbox. Inside the mailbox are letters, envelopes. You can fill out your name, caliber, and fees. Put your money in the envelope and then put the envelope in the mail slot at the clubhouse. So here we are at the range, at the bench. Our shooting line is the front of the bench and behind. We shoot seated and or standing. No prone and no kneeling. This way the angle of the gun is downward and we ensure that the projectiles go into the berm. Action is always open. Magazine is removed. Gun is placed in a safe direction, downrange. And when we approach the range to hang our targets, in the past we've heard people pointing their rifle the opposite way toward the road, and across the street we have houses. Our safety of our neighbors is utmost, so at all times our firearms should be pointed downrange. So remember, no alcohol consumption while shooting. Age limitations under 12 are not allowed. 12 to 18 must be accompanied by a parent of legal age. Oh, and our brass needs to be policed after we're done shooting to keep our range safe and clean. Welcome to Pathfinder Pistol Range. We've just recently improved the pistol range with an overhead cover so that you can shoot in the shade. We have our range rules posted on the large sign. Our shooting range is between 7 yards to 25 yards. We also have a 50-yard range for those that want to use a large caliber handgun to shoot at 50 yards. If you want to shoot beyond 50 yards, then use the rifle range for your handgun out to 100 yards. We also have a handicap ramp and a table specifically designed to make it wheelchair accessible. We require you to shoot from behind the benches, whether you're seated or standing. This is not a tactical shooting range. This is a firearm familiarization range only. Tactical shooting, cowboy action are available on the special events range just across the berm, and they take place on Sundays. First Sunday of the month is cowboy action. Second and third Sunday is practical pistol, USPSA. If you're into doing that, then you need to go to the special events. This is for firearm familiarization only. Range days are 8 a.m. till legal sundown. Sundays are 9 a.m. to legal sundown. No alcoholic beverages are allowed at the shooting range. Again, shooting is done from behind the tables, not in front of. We have steel targets available for your convenience. We do not wish you to use magnum loads on these targets so that they don't get damaged. 38s, 9mm are appropriate to use on the range. We have an easy access reset, so you don't even need to go down range to shoot. Just pull the cord, resets the targets, and you can stay behind the bench while you shoot. We'd like you to police your brass. There are buckets available, brooms, and dustpans to pick up your shells. Use the backer boards at the appropriate range. No cross shooting. Again, we have 7, 15, 20, 25, and 50-yard ranges, and then the steel targets are at various distances. Here we are at our backer boards. They're a little shot up, but still available to place targets on. The uprights, so you'll notice, are angle iron steel, so try and place your target in the center of the boards. If you're using humanoid targets or the zombie apocalypse, bleeding targets, please remove them, as the road access shows the pistol range from the road. So please remove your targets, especially the humanoid ones. We don't want to give the bad impression that we're a tactical place. Again, this is firearms familiarization. It's not a combat or tactical shooting. You're not drawing from a holster. Your firearm is left on the bench, and we require you to shoot 5 rounds maximum at any given time, and that's for handgun control. Back in 2013, we had a 45 ACP round go over the hill and go into someone's house through a window and through the sheetrock and into the bathroom. We corrected that by paying for the damages and attempted to preclude that by building a rifle or a pistol range that was covered over so you couldn't do that. We've since changed the angle of the shooting so that it will preclude rounds going over the hill, but we have to be careful and know our angle of our pistol and the trajectory of the projectile. Again, no shooting off the top of the berm, no aiming at anything at the top of the berm. We want to make sure that our rounds go into the berm and are controlled. Again, the requirement here at Pathfinders on all shooting ranges, eyes and ears are mandatory. There is no exception. And again, when you're completed your shooting, there are buckets available. Please police your brass and put them in the appropriate buckets, and we'll dispose of them properly. Thanks for your time. Remember, this is your range. You get into it. You get out of it what you put into it. So if you arrive on the range and you have your gun holstered in a cross draw, be mindful that there are people to your right or left depending. There's a potential when you're withdrawing your firearm to sweep people to your side. So you want to be careful not to cross draw. And again, everything is firearm on the bench, loaded from the bench, shot from behind the bench. No cross draw, no holster draw, no quick draw. This is a firearm familiarization range, not a tactical range. Ready? Okay, here we are exiting the rifle range, pistol range area. Our card reader is at the exit. It's tap and go. You don't need to press any buttons. All you need to do is scan your card and the gate will automatically open. Once the gate's fully open, pull far enough ahead so the gate can reclose, but not allow other people in unless they card in themselves.
Okay, this video is to show you how to access Pathfinder's indoor archery range when the clubhouse is closed. The clubhouse is closed because it's dark inside, the doors are locked, there's nobody around, you can't get in, but you want to shoot archery at the indoor range. If you purchase the annual unlimited archery option, your membership card will access this door. It will unlock the door so you can get in. When it unlocks the door, it also registers you as being present. That's how you sign in if you access from the exterior door. So right now the door is locked. I can't get in. I'll bring my card up close to this sensor. You'll get a beep, and for 4 seconds, it will unlock the door. You will not be able to turn the knob. What you do is you push in a little and then pull out. I'll demonstrate. My card is in the wallet. I don't even need to take it out. I bring it up close to the sensor. I push in and I open the door. I'm in. Let's go in. You come in, make sure the door latches behind you. There's a light switch just to the right of the door for the first bank of lights, so you're not tripping around in the dark. Today it's pretty light. At night it's dark. There's 2 other places you need to know how to turn the lights on. There are 4 switches over here. You turn them on. That's most of the lights, but there is a 3rd location. This bank of lights is above the shooting line. It lights your archery pins. We installed this last. There's a switch up here high. You turn that on and you have all the lights on. Now it's important you know where the the light switches are not only to turn them on, but if you're the last one leaving, you need to know where the switches are to turn the lights out. We don't want to leave the lights on and burn electricity for nothing. In the winter, you're also going to want to heat the place up. There is a propane heating system. It's upstairs here in the attic, and it takes a suction, it heats the air, and it blows it downrange. The controls are here. What you do is you set the thermostat to the temperature you want. I suggest 65 degrees. Shooting, you're going to be active, 60, and you should be wearing winter clothes in the winter. 65 is a good set point. And then there is a timer up here. You turn the timer, but don't crank it past 60. Turn the timer on, and the burner will eventually come on and start heating the room up. Don't crank the thermostat up to 90. Don't turn it up to 90. There's a single burner. The burner comes on and it heats the room up to the required temperature. It doesn't heat any faster if you turn it up to 90. It just goes higher, and then you're opening doors to cool off. So set the thermostat, turn the timer on, but don't go past 60. Eventually, the timer will time out. If it gets cold and you're still here, you can just adjust the timer. The reason we have a timer is one weekend over Halloween, somebody heated the room, they left, they didn't turn the thermostat down, and we were heating the room for 3 days for no reason. That's a waste of propane, and that's excessive expense. The other thing you need to know is, do not open these doors until the security system is disarmed. If the clubhouse is locked and closed, the security system is probably armed. So you don't open this door. There's other doors, the two overhead doors. Maybe you can pan towards the overhead doors, left and right. They have the same sign that says do not open. You don't open any of those doors, and actually including the man door, which is an exit door here off to my right. Any door with this sign, don't open it until you know the security system is disarmed. And it's probably armed if the clubhouse is locked and closed. That also means you cannot access the bathrooms. In the winter, we move the porta potties closer to the clay fields in the building. A porta potty is available, but you will not be able to access the bathrooms because they are in the security protected area. So be aware of that. The other thing is, you might be here and you hear somebody knocking on the door. They're saying, let me in, let me in. What are you going to do? Well, do you recognize them as a club member? If you do, or if you don't, you ask them for their club membership ID. If they don't have their membership card, tell them they need to go get it. They'll probably leave and not come back, and that's fine. But if it's somebody you know and they come in, obviously they do not have access to the archery range. They didn't buy the annual unlimited archery range option. They need to pay. How do they pay? There's a mailbox outside on the porch marked archery with yellow envelopes. Have them get an envelope, they fill it out, and they have to pay the $3. You can also bring guests. Guests are not going to have access. So you bring them in, you get an envelope. A guest costs more than $3 to shoot. It's on the envelope. So you fill it out, put the money in, and right below the mailboxes there is a drop slot where you would put it. After you're done shooting, you deposit the envelope with the money there. Guests are on your schedule. They got to leave when you leave. Even a member that you allow to come in, they have to leave when you leave because they don't know about the heating system. They don't know about the lights, how to turn them off. So they're on your schedule. When you leave, they have to leave. When it comes time to leave, here's your reminder. Did you turn off the heat? You can turn off the timer. That would be fine. Did you turn off the lights? Lights in 3 different locations. You got to turn off the lights. Then you would card out like this, exit, and verify the door is closed behind you. Don't just blow through a door without verifying it is closed behind you.